The story of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory isn't as innocent as it looks. In fact, the real history behind it is way darker. Welcome back to Lipstick and Lore. My name is Hannah. We're a little girly, we're a little weird. So if you like that kind of content, you'll like it here. Hit that follow and let's get into today's lore. Over 100 years ago, the big chocolate companies in England, Cadbury and Roundtree, were acting like dramatic middle schoolers, fighting over who had the best snacks. Except instead of trading gummies and fruit roll-ups, they were literally spying on each other.
Yes.
Chocolate espionage. Cadbury was so scared that someone would steal their recipes that they would send boxes of mystery chocolates to schools and say,
"Hey kids, try this."
and tell us if it slaps. Young Roald Dahl was one of those kids. So Charlie Bucket, that came straight from real life. But here's where it gets a little spooky, but in the gentle PG-13 way. Back in Victorian times, candy makers didn't always follow the rules because, surprise, there weren't many. Some of them mixed their candy with whatever made it cheaper, even arsenic. 20 people actually died from arsenic candy in 1858. This is why Dahl's world felt sweet, but also because something was off. And the factories?
Girl.
These places were like, good luck, tiny children. Kids as young as 8 worked around boiling sugar, giant gears, and machines that didn't stop for anything. If you've ever seen Augustus Gloop get sucked up the chocolate pipe, well, let's just say that idea did not come out of nowhere. And then, of course, you had the factory owners, the real inspirations for Wonka's personality. These men were eccentric, secretive, and obsessed with keeping their recipes hidden. Some wouldn't even let visitors inside the building. If you knocked on the door, "Hi, what's in your chocolate? I'd love to know," they were like,
"None of your business, sweetheart."
So no, there wasn't one guy who was the real Willy Wonka per se, but the world Roald Dahl grew up in, chocolate fights, hidden recipes, toxic candy, kids being used as testers because adults were too scared, factory owners acting like they'd built Area 51. That's all legit. Dahl just looked at all of this and said, what if I turn this into a cute little children's story? And boom, chocolate factory lore forever. So next time you watch Willy Wonka, remember the real story wasn't magical. It was messy, dark, and very dangerous. That is all I have for today's lore. Let me know what y'all thought about this one in the comments, as well as leave suggestions as what you want me to cover next. Nothing is too outlandish. I will cover anything. I'll see y'all in the next video. Lip combo, people. I'm using my new favorite L'Oreal lip liner in the shade Plum. And then for the lip color, I am using the Sephora Lip Stories in the shade Made in Italy. All right, that's all.